Welcome back to the Beauty Bulletin. This is your biweekly roundup of the biggest stories shaping the beauty world right now. Let's dive in. First up today is a story on L'Oreal. After reviewing nearly 1,000 applications from 101 countries, L'Oreal announced the first 13 startups to join their L'Accelerator program, which is its flagship sustainable innovation program. Endowed with €100 million over 5 years and run in partnership with the University of Cambridge Institute for Sustainability Leadership, L'Accelerator aims to be a catalyst for scalable, sustainable solutions of the future to solve the most urgent challenges in climate, nature, and circularity. From packaging made of wood to ingredients converted from waste, the first 13 pioneers chosen showed the highest potential to address next-generation packaging, ingredients sourced from nature, solutions to drive circularity further, and predictive intelligence tools. As always, I will link my resources in the show notes, but just some of these change makers that have been chosen include under the next generation packaging and materials, we have Kelpie from the UK, which harnesses seaweed to create recyclable, low carbon packaging. There's also Blue Ocean Closures from Sweden, which creates fiber-based caps and lids as an alternative to plastic packaging tops. Under the nature-sourced ingredient division, they have Biosynthèse from France, which is crafting renewable and biodegradable raw materials. There's also P2 Science from the USA, bringing green chemistry and biosourced materials to the market. And lastly, under the circular solutions, just some of the examples here is a company from Brazil named Gás Verde, who produces biomethane to replace fossil fuels in industrial processes and transportation. So you can read more in this press release. It's all the 13 companies chosen and what they're hoping to do. Here's a quote from Ezgi Barcenas, the Chief Corporate Responsibility Officer at L'Oreal. Quote, "To accelerate sustainable solutions to market, we are being even more intentional and inclusive in our pursuit of partnerships through L'Accelerator. We are really energized to be co-designing the future of beauty with the University of Cambridge Institute of Sustainability Leadership and these 13 changemakers." End quote. And here's a quote from James Cole, who is the Chief Innovation Officer at the University of Cambridge Institute. He says, quote, "At CISL, we are proud to partner with L'Oreal, a group with a long track record of delivering disruptive innovation at scale. By identifying the most promising scalable solutions benefiting people, nature, and climate, and elevating them to world stage, we are making a sustainable future not just a goal, but a reality." End quote. Also in industry news, 7 Bucks Companies has appointed a vet from Unilever, Cara Robinson, as their first chief brand officer. 7 Bucks Companies, which is the business that was founded by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, has appointed former Unilever and Shea Moisture executive Cara Robinson as its first chief brand officer. In the newly created role, Robinson will oversee growth, brand strategy, and creative direction across the company's portfolio, which includes Terramana Tequila, men's personal care brand Papatui, I think that's how you say it, energy drink brand Zoa and Project Rock, the apparel line backed by Under Armour. Robinson most recently served as CEO of Beauty and Wellbeing for Unilever North America, where she led a $2 billion portfolio, including Dove, Shea Moisture, and Vaseline. Prior to that, she was the CEO of Shea Moisture. And lastly, there's been a lot of news lately about companies putting up some of their portfolios for sale. So we saw there's rumors about LVMH putting up Fenty for sale. That hasn't been announced yet, but there's been rumors. And now we have Esteé Lauder, who has allegedly is looking to sell 3 of their brands within their beauty portfolio: Dr. Jart, Too Faced, and Smashbox. So the trio of brands have sat within the beauty giant's portfolio for many years, with Smashbox being acquired by Esteé Lauder Companies in 2010. Too Faced was acquired in 2016 and a minority stake in Dr. Jart in 2015, and then they ended up buying the remaining shares in 2019. So Estee Lauder Companies is rumored to be mulling the sale of all three brands in an alleged package deal estimated to be in the low nine figures. And this is according to sources in a new report published by the Business of Fashion. Nothing has been confirmed. Estee Lauder Companies haven't commented on this, but it does seem, according to their annual results, that Too Faced and Dr. Jart were both identified last year as underperforming for the company. Estee Lauder Company is in the midst of its ongoing what they call profit recovery and growth plan, which they introduced in January of 2025. The strategy aims to boost their flagging sales, and this includes cost-cutting measures such as consolidating its service providers, expanding outsourced services, and standardizing its related end-to-end business processes. As we know from past beauty bulletins, part of this plan has been slashing jobs, unfortunately, and they saw about 3,200 jobs cut last year, and there was another almost 4,000 jobs that were kind of on the chopping block, depending on how their slice and dicing was going. And just as a reminder, Estee Lauder's beauty portfolio currently holds Estee Lauder, Aramis, Clinique, Origins, MAC, La Mer, Bobbi Brown, Aveda, and Jo Malone London. I'm going to interrupt this beauty bulletin so you can hear my cat purring. If you come over to YouTube or Spotify to watch the video, you can see him on my lap. He's making his debut. Say hi, Waps. Moving on to a story in the innovation section. So this is going to be a little bit of self-promotion because I wrote this story for Beauty News Daily, but I think it's really fascinating talking just about what's coming in the future. So this is specifically about the company Loom and their AI-powered lash robot. So Loom, which is known as the beauty tech brand behind creating the world's first AI-powered lash extension robot, has actually introduced its most advanced system to date and is also announcing broader US retail expansion, and they are growing very rapidly. So they are rolling out this new generation robot alongside new shop-in-shop studio openings in Ulta and Nordstrom, and they're also opening up different locations throughout the country in early 2026. Now, let me just explain what this robot is. Basically, this robot, you lay underneath it and it will apply your eyelash extensions. And the new robot that Loom has created is actually capable of applying lashes to both eyes simultaneously, aiming to cut a full set appointment down to approximately 33 minutes. So their first robot did eyelash extensions in 75 minutes. This new one has the potential to be as quick as 33 minutes. And one of my big questions was, how do you get people who might be a little intimidated by this, the idea of like a robot being close to their eye? And we were actually able to get some answers directly from the CEO. We were able to interview her about this whole process. And this is the CEO, Jo Lawson, and this is what she had to say about clients who may feel hesitant about a robot performing such a delicate service. So she said, quote, "We sometimes forget the invasive, delicate work that robots do in many settings, like surgeries. When compared to human application, which involves someone leaning on your head with razor-sharp instruments, a millimeter from your eyes for more than an hour, our clients and lash artists prefer this safer, faster, more comfortable experience." This is how Lawson explained the safety features in the robot. So the robot itself cannot physically reach the client. She says, quote, "The only thing that can reach the client are feather light wands used for isolating eyelashes and placing the lash extensions." She added that the wands, which have no sharp edges, are magnetically attached to the robot and detach immediately if contact occurs. On the software side, the robot is constantly watching the client's movement. So if the client moves too much, it simply pauses its work until the client is done moving and then starts up again, end quote. So when it comes to what this means for lash professionals, people who do this as a living, she was really proud to say that they feel that they're doing the opposite of taking jobs. And she says, quote, "We hire 3 to 4 lash artists for every robot we put into the wild. We cannot be successful without our lash artists who consult with the clients, prep them for their lashes, manage their session, allowing the robot to do the tedious, back-breaking portion of the work. Then they perform the final touch-ups and deliver the artistry portion of the experience. End quote. So if you're interested in looking at where they're located, you can go to loomlash.com. That's LUUM lash.com. Not sponsored. I'm just letting you know. And yeah, you could see how much you might enjoy this versus, a long an hour and a half appointment. I don't know. It's part of the future of beauty. I am intrigued to see where it goes. All right, moving into campaigns and celebrity partnerships. So Drunk Elephant is coming out with a new campaign that is called the Please Enjoy Responsibly campaign. So they're really trying to say goodbye to Sephora Kids and create this new age-appropriate campaign. So Drunk Elephant has announced an evolution of its brand direction, spotlighting scientifically grounded skincare formulated with powerful, efficacious levels of active ingredients designed to deliver real transformative results. Central to this repositioning is the launch of the brand's new Please Enjoy Responsibly campaign, a call to action encouraging thoughtful, intentional skincare routines tailored to individual skin needs. The move is intended to move the brand beyond their recent Gen Alpha hype and the adoption of inappropriate adult skincare by children and teens. So if you didn't know, Drunk Elephant is a relatively popular skincare brand. It's been popular for a while, and I would say when it first came to market, it was more popular with millennial Gen X, because it was effective skincare. I found that my skin didn't agree with it. It was a little too strong for my skin, but I know plenty of people who absolutely love it. So the issue that they've been having over the last couple of years is that they've been calling them Sephora Kids. So the kids have been seeing these products on TikTok, they become viral, and then they will go and start using these skincare products that are really too harsh for their skin, in particular, like their young skin. And there's another article, which I'll link down below, which is the California State Assembly member Alex Lee has actually introduced a new bill in February of last year, aiming to protect minors under the age of 18, notably Gen Alpha and younger Gen Z, from the risks associated with using anti-aging cosmetic products. So this bill came in response to growing concerns about the trend of young consumers, including children as young as 8, purchasing and using anti-aging skincare products marketed to adults. Often described as the, quote, Sephora Kids phenomenon, children are increasingly drawn to products designed to reduce wrinkles, brighten skin, boost collagen, despite the potential health risks. And studies from groups like UCLA Health and the Connecticut Children's Medical Center have highlighted the dangers of these products, including skin irritation, rashes, breakout, and long-term damage like heightened sun sensitivity and burns. And this wasn't just Drunk Elephant, but Drunk Elephant was a big part of this kind of Sephora Kids. People are coming and wanting to use these products. So that is why I think Drunk Elephant is like, use responsibly, not for kids, basically. So their campaign tagline is, quote, skincare works better when done with intention, end quote. And this reflects the brand's commitment to ingredient integrity and purposeful product use. In response to concerns about young kids using Drunk Elephant, the brand has publicly clarified that its products containing potent actives like acids or retinol are not recommended for children under 13 without professional guidance, even if certain milder offerings may be compatible with broader skin types. And this new initiative really makes this position even more explicit. And celebrity partnerships, Jenny Garth is the new face of IT Cosmetics. This is according to Beauty News Daily. IT Cosmetics has named Jenny Garth as its latest ambassador alongside the launch of its new complexion product, the Do It All Sheer Tint Face Balm. This is what Jenny had to say about joining the IT Cosmetics family. Quote, I've always been a fan of IT Cosmetics, but once I heard about their newest innovation, the Do It All Sheer Tint Face Balm, I had to partner with the brand to broadcast what this means for women my age looking for real beauty solutions. At this stage in my life, it's about feeling comfortable and confident in who I am, and I want my makeup routine to reflect that. This lightweight skincare infused makeup product minimizes fine lines and gives me sheer coverage while still allowing my skin to look like my skin. It gives me that healthy looking radiance, and I think it'll become a staple for many women wanting to show off their natural beauty, end quote. Garth will front the Do It All Sheer Tint Face Balm campaign and also appears in the brand's latest TV commercial, both of which celebrate confidence, evolving beauty routines, and aging on one's own term. So the balm itself is designed to offer sheer buildable coverage while prioritizing skin comfort and radiance, particularly for mature and changing skin types. For IT Cosmetics, it's the most significant complexion innovation since its best-selling CC Plus cream. The skincare and makeup hybrid delivers effortless, comfortable coverage that can be applied with fingers or a brush. The formula itself is 92% skincare based and is made up of collagen peptide, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin E. Ooh, that sounds great. It debuts with 15 shades and is intended to suit those wanting a more pared back approach to complexion. And here's a quote from Maud Brunschwig, who is the IT Cosmetics Global Brand President. Quote, with the new Do It All Sheer Tint Face Balm, we set out to create a skin-first complexion innovation that delivers sheer coverage while addressing the evolving needs of mature skin over time. We innovate on behalf of real women, especially those over 40, who want visible results and products that make them feel comfortable in the skin they're in. Jenny's authenticity and approach to aging make her a natural voice for this campaign, end quote. And another celebrity face, Demi Moore, has been named the global brand ambassador for Kerastase. For Kerastase, Demi Moore, whose hair has played a major role in her public image, is a natural fit. While she is currently known for her long, glossy black hair, her career has included some of pop culture's most widely referenced hair moments, from a pixie cut to bleach blonde lengths, and then, of course, the iconic G.I. Jane buzz cut. Here's what Demi had to say about joining the Kerastase family. Quote, I am truly honored to join the Kerastase family as their global brand ambassador. My life has been shaped by love, growth, and new experiences, and my hair has been with me through it all. I believe there's a unique energy in hair. It carries our experiences, our confidence, and our individuality. For me, there's a real freedom in letting your hair simply be itself and allowing it to tell your story. That, to me, is what beauty is all about, being authentic and embracing who you are. I can't wait to share my new Kerastase chapter with you all, end quote. Also, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kerastase. They talk a lot about it on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I really should know it at this point. And here's a quote from Amber Zach-Yelp, who is the global brand president at Kerastase. I'm going to say it differently every time. Is that cool? Quote, Demi is fearless, not only in her iconic roles, but in the way she embraces her individuality and shares her journey with honesty and grace. Her legendary hair is more than just beautiful. It is one of her symbols of confidence and freedom. She champions the power of being true to oneself, advocating for self-expression and encouraging others to embrace their own stories. Demi truly reflects the spirit of the Kerastase woman, bold, empowered, and unafraid to let her story shine, end quote. She really does have incredible hair. That was a fantastic choice. All right, and lastly, in the launches, Jones Road is now bringing us some body care. 6 years after its debut, Jones Road is expanding into body care with what they call the Body Collection. The new line brings the brand's pared-back approach to makeup and skincare below the neck, with 5 essentials designed to slot into everyday routines effortlessly. The collection includes a body cream, a body lotion, body oil, body scrub, and a shower gel, each enriched with ceramides and other nourishing ingredients to support the skin barrier and restore softness. So for founder Bobbi Brown, the move into body care reflects her focus on wider skin health. She says, quote, taking care of the skin on my own body is as important as what I do on my face. This feels like I'm indulging my skin while repairing it. It's one daily ritual I just don't want to skip, end quote. So Brown describes the category as one that often misses the middle ground. She says, quote, body care lives at 2 extremes, either very basic and purely functional or overly indulgent in a way that feels disconnected from real life. I saw a real gap for products that feel luxurious and sensorial, but are still grounded in performance and fit easily into an everyday routine. I wanted to create body care that truly nourishes the skin, supports the barrier, and delivers real comfort. Rich emollient formulas made with clean, high-grade ingredients that sink in beautifully and turn something you already do into a small moment of pleasure. Little luxuries that add up, end quote. I love that. So each product has been designed with that balance in mind. The shower gel delivers a soft lather that cleanses without stripping to leave the skin smooth and hydrated. The body scrub gently polishes with bamboo powder and energizes and replenishes the skin thanks to caffeine and jojoba oil. Hydration comes in two forms. There's the lightweight body lotion for daily use and a richer body cream for when the skin needs extra care. And the body oil finishes the routine, absorbing fast to leave skin supple and glowing. The body collection is now available at jonesroadbeauty.com, and it is priced between $36 and $52. And we're going to end today's Beauty Bulletin with a little market outlook for 2026. So according to Circana, the U.S. beauty industry expanded across all key metrics through Q3 2025, reinforcing the beauty's position as both a resilient category and a strategic growth lever for brands, retailers, and suppliers. So even amid economic uncertainty, beauty still continues to outperform much of U.S. retail, and recent data underscores just how durable that growth is as we're heading into 2026. So in this article by Global Cosmetic Industry magazine, they actually will break down each category. I won't go through all that for you, but basically I just want to cover some of these snapshots. So the beauty growth snapshot, which is Q1 to Q3 2025, they saw a 4% sales growth in prestige beauty to $24.1 billion. They saw a plus 5% sales growth to $54.5 billion for mass beauty. And the growth was broad-based, so it spanned everything from fragrance to makeup to skincare and hair. So basically, consumers are still buying beauty. They're a little bit more careful and strategic and want a sharper eye on value, but they are still buying beauty. Inflation continues to shape the way we shop, but rather than pulling back entirely, consumers are trading across price tiers. So prestige brands, which you might remember from the Milani episode, prestige means it's in between prestige and mass market. The prestige brands outpaced both mass market and prestige up to 14% through September. So shoppers are prioritizing perceived value over brand loyalty. Also, dupes, minis, and discovery sets are thriving alongside true luxury. Also leading the growth, fragrance, which we've mentioned probably in the last 3 beauty bulletins. So their Q1 through Q3 2025 performance, you saw prestige fragrance up 6% to $5.9 billion. Mass fragrance saw a 17% increase in dollar sales. Mini and travel size fragrance saw an increase in 12%. And mini and discovery sets saw an increase of 41%. Wow. So the fragrance's performance highlights consumers' willingness to invest in products tied to emotion, identity, and escapism, even when budgets are tight. Lip products continue to outperform, and prestige eye makeup return to growth. So basically, we're seeing that brands that are putting out lips and eye products are going to be doing pretty well, but they need to have some innovation in texture, wear, and multifunctionality in order for people to want to purchase it. The last little bit that I wanted to note is that retail, social commerce, and AI are redefining the path to purchase. So some key shifts that they saw that they think is going to increase in 2026 is that e-commerce continues to drive growth, especially in skincare. Physical retail thrives as an experiential and immediate fulfillment channel. Social platforms, especially TikTok, now dominate discovery and impulse buying. And AI-powered personalization and agentic commerce are emerging, enabling systems to recommend and even complete purchases on the consumer's behalf. So again, I'll put all this in the show notes so you can kind of read through all of their findings and what they see coming in 2026. But it seems like beauty isn't slowing down. Fragrance is definitely not slowing down. So if you haven't gotten a discovery kit yet, what are you doing? From robot-placed eyelash extensions to a New Year boost in beauty sales, that's your roundup of this week's top beauty stories. Stay tuned for the next Beauty Bulletin as we track the shifts shaping how we shop, wear, and experience beauty. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. See you next time.